over the edge. Feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I weighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it in a sense, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feeling like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that is not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that is not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that is not reality. Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. I hate all this overthinking. The more I swim, the more I'm thinking. Take me to a world of silver, no more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar, bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out. Get me out of now, to where we started out.
Fill me out with your smile. Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 I'm safe and sound.
No 1v4. Bazuki's using Kane with the moves in there!
Real love, now I see you.
Didn't stop it. He knew what was about to happen. Wait a moment. Wait a moment.
I see it now. I see it now.
Let it do it to you, Brad!
What? 8 straight.
To show to you that I'm more good than I am bad.
Capture.
Work it out.
Stop it. They have a family. Don't do it to them.
And I'll be somewhere that you need me. And I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show.
A 1v5.
And he's sniped by Illusion.
Remedi's gonna get gunned again. That was a great nade by Mayo.
Should never have gotten that 3-piece.
Yeah, somewhere deep inside of you, I know you want me. You're just afraid to say.
Hello and welcome, Call of Duty fans. We are here live with the K7 League. This is Season 2. This is... Oh man, I had it just a second ago. Do you want to... Season 2, Event 2, Minor 2, 4, excuse me. I'm FBI Tugbot, and I'm joined here with Kamaka. Kyle, how are we doing?
Doing pretty good tonight, Tug. I'm kind of interested to see how this match does go, because it's two of the newer teams, I guess you could say, in the season. One of the, well, they have a lot less games played than a lot of the other teams do in the league. One of them only has one game played. Go ahead and take us through their very short records, Tug, if you want to.
No, I'm with it. Saints Academy here taking on Last Resistance. Saints Academy only played one match, as Kyle said. Did lose at 0-3 as well, so that's a loss on the hardpoint Search and Destroy and Domination, of course. Looking at Last Resistance, though, a bit of a different story. They have taken several different wins, and I don't believe any of these were 0-3s. They have lost outwardly, the match record at 0-3. Have not taken a match yet, but taken 3 different maps, 2 on hardpoint, 1 on Search and Destroy, none on the subpar game mode that is Domination, right?
Gotcha. So they have, in theory, done a little bit better than their opponents here. Let's take a little bit of a look at the lookout. That would have probably helped in the meantime. But yeah, this will just, reiterate and, plant firmly in your minds what we were just saying a second ago. The fact that, and also sort of assist us in making the point that they're pretty much even in terms of Search and Destroy KD. Hardpoint, it's not really too much to brag about these KDs, but I would say that Saints Academy is definitely looking at least a little bit better, but you gotta remember that Last Resistance has 2 more matches played than them.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir. Yeah, just simply more time to perform. Do we have that graphic on stream?
Yeah, we do. It should be on your screen right now, actually.
It is. No, I'm gonna have to. Yep, I'm going.
No, it's something wrong with the thingy here. My bad.
All gravy. We're going to be getting into this in just a second. This classic best of 5 will run through the maps here in just a second as well. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, the organizations and people that make this possible. Shout out to Rogue Energy, a little energy drink action. GitGudHosts as well, the neutral host for these Call of Duty matches. DropShotStats as well, dedicated league stat results, and they do a good job of keeping up with these numbers and making them available to people like us. FadeGrips as well. I think everybody knows them. Rubber grips on the end of your controllers, as well as Evo 9X, that esports apparel company. You can check them out on Twitter and their website, see what is going on. Now, talking about caves and what's going on, not talking about caves, talking about maps, if that gives you any hint as to what map 1 is, and what's going to be going down between Saints Academy and Last Resistance. Map 1, as here, cave. Not against it. Kyle, take us through the rest, please.
Yeah, like Tug said, we're going to be starting off on Azir Cave, which the only thing I'll say about that map is that I like it because it's a bit of change of pace from the other maps. We're going to be going on to next on Arklov Peak. Very long distance type of map, much like Azir Cave, I would have to say. Well, I mean, A is long distance, but now that we're starting to... I always say it's long distance because it used to be that people never ever went to B, Tug, and that's pretty much the only close range area of the map. And I guess I still haven't changed my vocabulary to fit the strategy that we see in play, you know what I mean?
No, I can see it. If you're talking about, different range engagements than long range, like especially when you're talking about, shooting across the tanks and whatnot in that kind of middle area, the only other real place would be on that other bomb site, right? Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Inside action, going from room to room, as well as the open bomb site and where teams decide to set up. So, makes sense. Love Arklov Peak. Loved it since day 1 Modern Warfare, and I think you'd be pressed to say that about many things about this game. Anyway, map 3 will be Hackney Yard. Map 4, if we get there, will be Hackney Yard as well. Classic map, very small. Think it's pretty easy what to expect on both of those Domination and Hardpoint, correct?
Yeah, it's pretty much literally the same positioning that you need. It's more or less the same school of thought as well, except in Hardpoint, you're basically chasing the point, whereas in Domination, you know where they're going to be for the entire game, and they're going to stay there instead of rotating around, and you just got to plant yourself in one spot, whereas in Hardpoint, you just got to pivot around and face a different direction every once in a while.
All about those rotations, yes sir. Search and Destroy, our map number 5, if we go the distance, will be on our Piccadilly. Vehicles and buses and whatnot galore, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that all the players are going to be hoping that they can finish it before we get to that map, because it's pretty much everybody's least favorite map to play. Well, by and far, the majority of the community's least favorite map to play because of, like you said, the car bombs, the explosions. Basically, what if you don't know what we're talking about here, in case you're like a newbie, well, you basically missed the entire season, and we're going to be having another game coming out in about 2 months, so might as well just take this with a grain of salt, because you're going to have to forget it and relearn everything in a little bit. But, yeah, for those of you guys that still don't know, if you hit a car with a grenade...
It's storied. It's not. It's storied. It's not. It's not old. It's not outdated yet, Kyle.
It's not outdated yet, but it's soon to be obsolete knowledge. But yeah. Anyways, when
people
you
have said that. Well, sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, it's all right. When you hit a car with a grenade and that grenade explodes next to the car, even if you have EOD on it, it'll still kill you. And yeah. Whereas if you just got hit with a regular grenade, it wouldn't just kill you. So people really hate it for that specific reason.
No, I'm with it. The environmental damage, something frequent across a lot of different games, but definitely a unpreferred interaction there, and how that kind of comes out with explosive parts of the maps around you and stuff. And if we do go the distance, if you're watching other Piccadilly, you obviously see teams on any game mode start off with just an entire hail of grenades across the top. Our grenades will blot out the sun or whatever else. And because it frequently works, especially on the search and destroys.
Yeah, and another thing that we're probably going to be seeing on both these search and destroys that we're not going to be seeing in pretty much any of the other modes is the sniper gameplay, which I always love to see. It does add a little bit of an extra element in there of just lane control, of just being able to lock down like an entire area, an entire lane of the map, if you will. And they're going to have to chow you off of that, which is not very advisable if you have a really good sniper. And it also acts as a way of gathering intel for yourself and informing which bomb sites you want to push to.
I'm with it. Intel definitely important in this game. I would say the big difference is that it needs to be communicated very, very quickly, right? Outside of team comms, there's really only so much you can get from our Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Anyway, though, we are getting into it here in just a minute.
Yeah, we're just everybody's ready. The host is just having a hard time switching the maps, but it appears that it has just done so now. So in theory, it should be starting up in the next few seconds. Yeah, we just got the GLHF, which means the GitGudHosts is going to be starting. Yep, here we go. Tug should be getting in here now with Azir Cave. Let me just pull up that pretty little graphic for you there.
There we go. So important points about this here series, of course, because of the number of games that these two teams have played. Saints Academy wins this. They will avoid relegation down. Last Resistance on their side is safe no matter what. They do not face that relegation danger, and that is because they have won the 3 maps last time. Saints Academy will lose as 3-2, though. Plague Nation will have the same record, and then that'll be a tiebreaker decision. Saints Academy loses 3-1 or 3-0. Plague Nation will avoid relegation. Saints Academy will fall down. The top 6, however, in the K7 Cup are safe. Getting it started, though, Azir Cave really grew on me for our Modern Warfare. For Hardpoint, I would say, not so much Search and Destroy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it really grew on anybody in Search and Destroy because that's not a map that we play anymore. They hated it so much they didn't include it in the rotation. But yeah, it looks like Hazardous Evil trying to get a little bit jiggy with it over here. Does take down Saucy Moo, but instantly trade on out by Corius NP. Saints Academy, they're pretty much maintaining full control over the cave area here to make sure that they have the solid rotation for next, which they are basically given by birth. But Last Resistance are going to be trying to goad them into pushing out here a little bit and trying to take the spawns away from them if they can possibly.
Yeah, the second hard point in this one is very, very frequently such a big deal. Ooh, nice little jump over and hit Hetty. Good for DGD Dreams, one of the members of the Saints Academy squad. We're going to run through these guys as we hit the last 12 seconds or so on this hard point, moving on the second. AKA Lavelle, Priestley, Saucy Moo, DGD Dreams, and Corius NP making up that Saints Academy squad. Last Resistance.
Anyways.
Resistance made up of Atomic, Hazardous Evil, that is Scared, that is Rehab, and that is J-Money, I believe? Yeah, J-Money.
That's right.
Rehab really popping out. You're 7-3 already. We're barely in the second half.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to be managing to chow them for a little bit of the time off this. It might not be going, again, directly into their hands. A point I always like to make is that It might not be going directly into the hands of Last Resistance, but as long as the time off this hill doesn't go to Saints Academy, that's a net win for Last Resistance, because the next hill, in theory, should be going into their hands. Saints Academy trying to make me eat my words there and say, not so fast there, my friend. It's like one of those superhero things saying not so fast or whatever. But regardless, it looks like what I said originally is going to be true, as they're getting met very, very ham-fistedly by Last Resistance.
Yeah, Saints Academy moving to the rotation, but Last Resistance really has been lighting up that kill feed so far. Now it's over to our soccer field, our third hard point, and Saucy Moo Moo gets taken down. Not it's more frequent that a cow would die like in a field, right? Not up in a window of a cabin somewhere.
It's more like a slaughterhouse.
Again, a lot of Last Resistance Ks here in the field farm. Okay, you're taking it super literally. I feel like
I know, right?
That makes more sense.
Sorry, dude.
I guess naturally, traditionally, I don't know.
Yeah, so Priestley going to be pretty much the only person up here, and time still going in the hands of Last Resistance. He seemed to be a little bit dazed and confused right there as he kind of just takes a little bit of a dirt nap. Now, Saints Academy trying to cut them off on the rotation already. I don't know if pushing out this far would be too well advised for them. Oh, but yeah, it appears that the spawns have actually flipped because, I don't want to say because of this, but because of, that definitely didn't help it. So now Last Resistance going to be getting the good side spawns, not just for positioning-wise on this hill, but for the rotation to P5. So, assuming they can take Saints Academy off this hill, they could be looking at a pretty good amount of points here, Todd.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I need you to put that back, that thing back in, please, sir.
Got it, got it.
No, nope, I got it. Okay. Sorry about that, just reconnecting action. Yeah, again, a lot of blue over here. Two-piece action for the Saints Academy squad. Is trying to get on this about halftime left. We just saw, what is that, Rehab going on a 6 run? Maybe a little bit more than that, 16 and 6 for this guy so far. And the...
I'm sorry, I was trying to switch players there for a second.
All gravy, all gravy. We're on board here. Priestley just shy of that even KD, 8 and 9 right now, as Saints Academy is striking back in that kill feed. Really just rotating around here. Priestley trying to find runners either down the middle or through the cave. But we here on on our God view can see that nasty shots from long range as well as Priestley put down. Now this with his new hard point after Saints Academy did a really good job of holding down that last one, setting up on it and using their spawns well.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Saints Academy just can't get anywhere close because of this. Last Resistance, if they can just get the rest of this time off this, which it won't surprise me if they got pretty much most of it with their positioning here and the sheer difficulty that Saints Academy is having with pushing up on this. Oh, nice from Saucy Moo Moo, giving them the sauce a little bit, but taking a little bit of a shot in the backside there, as Last Resistance, despite that they faced a little bit of difficulty there, are ultimately not going to be dropping any points because of that, and going into the next rotation with the possibility of ending it in the next few hills.
That is really not super far away for this squad as we hit last of this one. The Last Resistance is doing nasty things so far, more than tripling up, looking to make that even more as we go back around. Town Center is the place to be as hardpoint. One of the second rotation was started.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hop in here with Rehab. Go ahead.
That makes sense. That makes sense. What, 21 and 8? I think it's.
It's actually 27 and 8. 27 and 9.
Yeah, that's even more unbelievable. So the 6 seconds in hill only is excusable in every way, shape, and form, especially when he's got teammate with 125, 123 or so, and teammate with 115. Now the Last Resistance squad coming up, just spitting distance away from taking this one home.
Yeah, Saints Academy definitely got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder here if they're going to be wanting to make sure that they don't go out on this next hill. They're pretty much going to be getting held at a little bit of distance here as Last Resistance. They don't care about the next hill insofar that they went off of this hill, but if we do see a few contests coming out here, I'm sure that they're going to change their tune a little bit here, Tug, but there's no reason for them to plan for anything other than winning off of this hill right here. So hunkering down, just absolutely frying everybody except for Saucy Moo Moo until now, I guess you could say, but this is pretty much done and dusted, all done.
Yeah, we're looking at like 15 points away, and that's a last resistance squad that'll more than triple up if this does end here against our Saints Academy squad. Yeah, what is that? Saucy Moo that we're here with, 3 points away, and I think this one's got a bow on it.
Yeah, wow, talk about a really explosive entry, a dynamic entry here. Freaking last resistance, 250 to 75, a measly 75. That's not even 100. They've just got a 100-point club there, Doug. It's not looking very optimistic for Saints Academy, but I'm assuming that they're probably going to be pulling out a little bit of extra stuff. Let's take another look at the lookout here. If you do remember, they were actually, if you take a look at the lookout, that should have been a mode that they, in theory, did a little bit better on. But again, stats don't always tell the whole story. But if they did tell a story, they would say that the search and destroy should, in theory, be a little bit close, right?
Yeah, one would say, just given the difference between, the disparity between these two numbers. Again, though, we only have so much to go off of, but as this next game does get set up, I think we're going to go to a very short break, and we'll be back with you guys for some more Call of Duty action here in just a few minutes. Do not tune away.
Oh, okay, sure. We can do that.
And we are back here for our Arklaw Peak Search and Destroy. Saints Academy taking on Last Resistance. I'm FBI Tubbo here back with Kyle. This is the K7 League. Yeah, can I have a beatdown here on game number 1? Just gotta call it like I see it.
A beatdown. Okay. Gotcha.
250 to 78, right?
75 actually. We got nice and divisible by 5 numbers.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I do have to appreciate that, right? Both of them easily divisible by 25, so that's what, like
yeah.
3 to 10, something like that? So more than tripling up?
Yeah, actually that's spot on. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I'm decent with numbers sometimes. I'm decent with numbers. Don't hold me to it though. I won't do it on demand. Can't do it on demand, right? It comes and it goes like the wind. I don't know. Corius over here in this creek side. Did believe we saw a sniper on the side of Less Resistance. So there it is. Yeah, Atomic taking down 1 so far. That's AKA Lavelle, who will be playing in round 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to hop in here now with Priestley. Oh, why did I do that? He's gonna take down 1, but I guess it didn't switch in time anyways. I guess Codcaster came into my aid that one time, even though I wasn't trying to. Anyways, Priestley gonna be showing up on the bomb site here, but he knows he's pretty surrounded based on his teammate just dying there. Ooh. So sneaky, but getting caught in the act at the very last second. It's all on DG Dreams and Saucy Moo Moo, who are neck and neck, standing side by side.
Yeah, did get planted off, so we purchased ourselves a little bit more time. Saucy Moo Moo and teammate DGD Dreams, excuse me, now pushing on, on over, and obviously they don't have the X-ray vision, can't tell the players right there. Well, they'll get met with a fate they do not like here, forcing now the 1v2 is Dreams the last one, 20 seconds, he's got to take 2 and then defuse.
Yep, that's right. He sees him chilling up there, and yeah, he's just gonna bait him out, like, just saying, yo, dude, you gotta come to me. And he's just gonna realize that he knows exactly what he's doing there. He's no fool. He's just gonna run on up and just try and chow him for the ego points there, because he knows that he's not gonna be able to win the game. But if he can kill him, he can just plant a few seeds of doubt in his mind, potentially, as to, you know, he can sort of set the stage for if he goes up against him in a gunfight later. You know what I mean?
That long-range mental game, I'm with it, Kyle. I'm with it. There's a lot to be said for that as well. It's not just points on the board. This is a competition between 5 individuals and 5 individuals, and they're human beings capable of everything in between. 3-0 for Scared there. Rehab was one showing up previously, but 3 in a round is not bad. See if he can recreate that here in round number 2 as the offense and the defense have swapped.
Oh, he's gonna... Okay, I was about to say... He's about to go right up into the line of sight of Atomic there, and he just gets absolutely knocked in the head. And DG Dreams and the guys, they're going to be getting a little bit hit up with grenades, as well as Hazardous finds Corius NP. Dreams trying to find a little bit of a pathway through the trench, but again, they are still down by 2 players. Like I said, Lavelle and Corius down, but nothing coming the other way. DG Dreams now in the trench. He is really, really hurt. He's got the bomb, so if he does go down, this could be disastrous, Tug. It's good. Sorry, it's about to get real.
It is. Dreams now looking for a head. Not going to find one as of yet, but right on the other side of there is Rehab taking another one down. Tripling up as he takes 2, not 3. Nicely done, so getting a little jealous of his teammates' performance in the previous. But, I mean, even at 3-1, that's not as 3-0, so still doing big things for his squad.
Now, we are going to be seeing Last Resistance even further cementing their lead. You got to remember that they had an extremely dominant performance in the round number 1. In case you guys weren't here to see it, it was 250 to 75, which is why Tug said that this will probably be a little bit of a beatdown.
Oh no, I said the previous map was a beatdown.
I thought you said this one.
I always give I will always give teams the ability to come back in every way, shape, and form, especially the change from our game 1s and Hardpoints, game 2 and Search and Destroy is simply a different beast. But no, yeah, the previous game was a beatdown if there ever was one, 250 to 75. But this one is looking like it's going the same way. I mean, this might be a I mean, yeah, Saints Academy loses one off the top first. And now Last Resistance getting flanked. Do we see any kind of shutout situation in the Search and Destroy?
I mean, it's possible, but as you can see here, DG Dreams is trying to go around the back, but Saucy, he's got to buy his teammates some time here to get the flank off, but he's not going to get any time for his teammate here, but he's now got a 4 versus 1 here. Scared looking the correct way at the correct time, and he's got the correct placement of his bullets as well to top it all off. That's going to be Last Resistance halfway to victory, and nowhere... And still the big fat donut on the board for the other guys in Saints Academy.
Yeah, the Saints Academy squad so far not finding a foothold in the search and destroy. They still have half a game though, and that's only only 1 defense so far. So maybe they'll switch things up here on their second. A is forever and always the more popular, the popular place, but B might get a little love this time. 6-0 for Scared.
Yes. But the main man I kind of want to see... Oh, actually, Scared would be a perfect guy to see it, right? Or not, I guess. As he gets instantly killed. Rehab.
Paid for it.
Rehab trying to regain control of the area for his team. Nading them out, trying to get them a little bit squeamish, uncomfortable in their hidey hole positions here. Weakening up 1 so that Atomic can get the final nade kill on him. Double nading him there. And Rehab taking shots from all directions. He's a little bit confused, but... In the meantime, Hazardous Evil coming around the back while everything is focused towards where Rehab once stood.
Yeah, so 2v2 situation. No, it's not. Hazardous Evil doing a good job on that one, beaming out shots, and now all they have to do is get inside, chow the last one, and get this bomb defused. Wow, okay, so nicely done. Last Resistance coming through here. It wasn't even the player that we were watching, the player who was technically closer to bomb for most of that. Who was forced to get the kill. So, good stuff by that. Last Resistance looking flawless on the search and destroy.
Yeah, I swear to God, I was trying to switch to Saucy Moo Moo, but you know how bad the Codcaster is this year.
Yeah, no. Soon and very soon, Kyle, we will be free from this. We'll be free from this prison.
Yeah, that's a little bit like Freddie Mercury. I want to break free, dude.
Yeah, it's Modern Warfare has been I don't know. I don't need to recreate any of the sentiments stated about this game. I think the performance whatnot kind of speaks for itself. Codcaster ability specifically, but oh well. 4-0, excuse me. They're our 5th round to start. Last Resistance on this offense again. We've seen what they can do twice for it so far.
Gonna be smoking out the trench here, it looks like, so that not only do they prevent the grenades from coming their way with the trope system, but they're going to be blocking their vision as well as the grenades, trying to make themselves a little bit of a pathway on through here. Looks like Scared has made himself a little bit of a way up here, and for some reason I do not have a name. I'll fix that after this round. But anyways,
that is okay.
Scared got J Money coming on up to give him some nice help, but in the meantime, Corey is taking down Hazardous Evil probably in the trench. Same thing happening to Money as Atomic, the only one left besides Scared, as he is pretty much all by himself. Trying to give him some sniper support could be a little bit of a first defeat for Last Resistance possible.
And this is the best situation they've been in so far. Now a 5v1 as Atomic, pulling out the pistol, watching these corners like a hawk. Tries the longer range shots, but Saints Academy taking one back here in a full five-man win. Nobody died on their squad this time. It's about as good as it gets.
Yes, indeedy, and here we go.
I think that really it's going to come down to kills again and continually, especially with how members of Last Resistance have been performing. There has been 1 round so far decided by the timer of the bomb. Everything else has been kills-wise. No reason to believe that's going to stop Kyle.
Yeah, you're pretty much been spot on there. A lot of these... In fact, a lot of the games in the K7 League for Search and Destroy, from what I've seen, at least the ones that I've casted, have just been complete and utter slugfests. It's basically been one life TDMs, I guess you could say. But Last Resistance, they are playing a little bit better at that game, but they can play it both ways, as we saw. They were the team that you mentioned that won the round by running out the time. And now Hazardous Evil seeing what's right in front of him, putting some bullets on them. J Money trying to do the same, and now starting to make their way towards the trench. And that is coinciding with Hazardous Evil peeking back in there, but not quite anything going for him. Rehab in the meantime, trying to come through the mid, and he's starting to do something. Might need to do something if he wants to keep things in their control.
I like what Saints Academy was doing there, just overloading the one side while they're on offense and don't have to watch the other bomb site. But with players like Scared and Rehab performing how they are, it's just going to be really, really hard to stay alive and get this objective down. Sniper attempted through the crack here. I think, yeah, Tomic's looking at the very end of that little laptop bomb that they're setting there. I think he realized that and did not take the shot. Of course, it would have been a tall order to get it through, but it looked like he had the aim. Not 100% sure, and that's not the situation they're in anymore. Rehab now getting aggressive here. Paintball cover getting up and over. Nicely done. 8 and 4 now as he's doubling up, watching the back and more. Shots across the middle. We see a 1v1. Lovell versus
Oh, he's so trying to wallbang him here. He's pulling out the MP5. He's not going to have enough time here, dude. He's not going to have enough time to get back to the bomb, even if he does kill him, which he doesn't. He's just playing for pride right now, because... yeah, they have points to lose here. He's just gonna say, hey, I might as well get my, even though they don't really matter, might as well get my 4K here instead of just dying with honor, you know what I mean?
I can dig it. Like you said, they have rounds to lose. Otherwise, you play this objective every time because you're a guaranteed L the other way. But, no, I'm with it. I'm with it. Starting up our round, what is this, 7, I guess? So.
Oh, it is, yes. Good point.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So this will be our first round 7. Not our first round 7. What?
Well, you're technically right about that.
For Last
yeah.
Resistance. This is a good job of Saints Academy coming back and striking not 1 but 2 and back-to-backs on the offense and the defense. That's really the tail to take here.
Technically, you are right about it being our first round 7 as well, but Rehab gonna be getting on up here, putting some bullets in the back of Priestley. No trades looking to be coming out thus far, and that kill is going to give him 5 combined kills between last round and this round. He's trying to make some way for J Money to get on up in here, but as you can see, Lavelle is trying to make a little bit of a pathway around the back as he does take down Atomic. Starting to make things look a little bit uncomfortable for these guys, but now he is a man by himself. Not much he can do in terms of reacting to that, as Last Resistance puts themselves on the cusp of victory. Again.
Yeah, indeed. Last Resistance, outside of the past 2 rounds where they got a little aggressive when they may not have nested, needed to, looking very, very well here on the Search and Destroy as they have on the hard point. Lovell picking up his first on that one. Again, I mean, you said it. 1 versus 4. There's not some super much you can do inside there against 4 players.
Rehab looking like he's going to be trying to take on the middle of the map, and that might actually be pretty good decision on his part, as Saints Academy appears to be going for a little bit of push to be Scared in a good spot to do some damage as well. Gonna be called upon to do some damage here, as his only supporting teammate is going to be getting fragged out, I guess you could say, by Saucy Mumu, even though it's a Semtex, technically. But now he is pretty much all alone. Hazard's Evil trying to apply some support in the middle of the map, but now Saints Academy have pretty much completely taken control over the lower level of the building at the cost of 1 of their lives.
We saw what happened last time when they had a man advantage and they're staring 1 in the face right now. 4 members to the side of Saints Academy, 2 now for Last Resistance, so that just got a little bit better, the story a little bit sweeter for them. Saucy Mumu does have his bomb, but he's blocking it back. He did see the very, very end, tries the wallbang action, not going to happen so easily. I know he's got teammates with him.
Oh! What a turn!
Takes 1, nicely done. J Money gets absolutely burned.
Oh, nice plays.
Yeah, it was. So Saints Academy not out of this one quite yet.
Yes, indeed. They are not going to be out of this one quite yet. But, oh, that's I don't even know what to say about that, my friend. That was a really weird-looking animation that he just shot him in the head with, I guess you could say. I honestly don't even know what to call that. What would be a good categorization for what just happened there, Tug?
I think a game that is played with the Hertz response. Yeah, this is a neutral way to say it. A game that has a different amount of Hertz response rate. You know, the megahertz or gigahertz or whatever. Different, not less than, not more than, but different from other esports. I think what that was is just what we saw was the time difference between starting the mount and the shot coming out from the end of the barrel, right? That's really all it was, and that was the last one that he really needed. And he had teammates there, so we don't know how many shots they landed on necessarily. Again, given the refresh rate of the game. So, still only 1 kill for our man, aka Lavelle over here, but we do have players cracking positive and Corius and P. And Sashimu was getting 6 and 6, so not too far away. Talking about positive KDs, that's all last resistances. Another Saints player does fall. 3-2-4 situation though, so again, every time Saints Academy has had a man advantage, they have won, so.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much have to at this rate. They've got to win the next 3 rounds in a row, the last 3 rounds in a row. But they're starting to get a little bit pieced up here. They are doing a good job of biding their time and forcing last resistance to make a move here, and no move really that can be made. Atomic gonna have to go up and kill all these people. He literally has no time, and that is gonna be another round for Saints Academy. Potentially still able to come back in this against the run of play. It would be very much against the run of play, but who's to say that it wouldn't be well-deserved, or I guess you could, the very least you could say about it is it would be interesting.
Yeah, it would be, I mean, a very, very tall road is ahead of them, and they've gotten halfway down it now at a more than halfway down it, at a 5-4 scoreline. So, this is, yeah, Saints Academy takes one more, and they've done almost the complete reverse sweep. Back on offense, Saints Academy is, and they've taken 1 of their wins on offense, 3 on defense, right?
I haven't been keeping track of that, I'm going to be totally honest with you.
It's at least 2 on defense, I know, because of the timer on it. But no matter, Lavelle taking first kill on this one, and then and with a headshot, so working against that 48 KD as of right now. Corius falling dead even. As I say that, Atomic falls as well, so last resistance again at the man disadvantage.
Hazard's Evil doing a really good job of just getting a sneaky peek on him. He did not even see that one coming. DG Dreams now trying to make a little bit of a passageway, having a little bit of a Mike Tyson commentary up in here, but a passageway up underneath B, going straight through the front door. He's got some help from Lavelle across the way, but he doesn't seem to feel confident enough to, there you go, pushing on in, spotting one in the corner, scared, cowering in the corner as Lavelle does take him back down. 2v2 now, and it's all on Lavelle, who dies. Priestley, can you do something? Can you do something, my friend? He's got Hazardous Evil and J Money both on the... Oh, not even looking the right way.
The opposite sides, yes, and like that, La Resistance takes their 6th. 10th round goes their way, and they, after, yeah, this is Saints Academy, the team that woke up in every way, shape, and form, bringing it back from a, what, 4-1 scoreline?
I think you're actually right about that. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, 100%. Even just 6-4 isn't bad by any means. The simple fact of winning 3 in a row after last resistance does something similar, not something similar, something even better, I guess, because they did win this round, is very impressive. So Saints Academy out of this one quite yet. They'll at least have the domination on Hackney Yard coming up here in just a second. Talking about outliers and kill death ratios.
Oh yeah, sorry, I can go back to that real quick. I was just letting them know that we are nice and ready to go whenever they are, but...
No, all gravy, baby, all gravy. Rehab 12-7, just shy of doubling up on that one. Scared 9-7, 8-5 for Hazardous Evil. 6-8 for Atomic, the only player going negative on the squad, and J Money squeaking on in there at 5-4. A lot of plants there for the man Scared, and a defuse for Hazardous Evil. Looking at our other squad, the Saints Academy squad.
Yeah, it's looking like Saucy Moo gonna be right up in first with not really too much to brag about. 7 and 8 with a plant, but no diffuses. DG Dreams pretty much slightly upstaging him with 1 more plant, but literally everything else is the same. The only one actually positive is Corius NP, but yeah, that's gonna be pretty much all she wrote about that. Hop in here now with some Hackney Yard domination. As you can see here, guys, it's gonna be a pretty, I'm gonna say, interesting time here for us, as from what I've seen so far, the ARs I know this map isn't something that you would instantly look at and be like, oh, this is a map that ARs really are important on, but that would be a little bit of a misnomer, as they really are. So far, Hazardous Evil has been just really impressing me with his AR prowess. On the other side, Saucy Moo has been doing a pretty good job there as well. Don't want to overshadow him. But basically what I'm saying is that the Last Resistance guys have been having a little bit better performance here, especially on the respawns and especially in terms of AR map control.
Gotcha. It's all about holding those anchor positions, and if that's the defining factor on Hacking Yard, which it frequently is, I think it's predictable which way this one will go. But it obviously and of course depends on the performance of those players and being able to recreate what they've shown us that they can do so far. Hackney Yard obviously are very, very small map, but as Kyle was saying, the lanes here will be dictated by how accurate and how quick our AR players do respond. Let the let the close range turn and burns to the submachine gun players, right?
Right. So while we wait for these guys to start, let's take a little bit of a holistic look at our weekend here, ladies and gentlemen. Off stream, because it didn't even happen, I believe, Malicious Esports is going to be forfeiting to Indiana Syndicate, unless I'm mistaken on that. Right now is Last Resistance versus Saints Academy, and so far it is 2-0 into the hands of Last Resistance. This won't be the last we see of them, I guess you could say, if this next round goes the way that these last two have gone. Natural Talent can be fighting Rated Gaming. I mean, that's basically the finals of a week or two ago being played in the first round. It's going to be fun. Nice Templar versus Rouge Esports. I know a little bit of bad blood up in there. So I'm kind of curious to see how those two go down tomorrow there, Tug.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. We still got loads more Call of Duty action for this event in this week and whatnot, and that it'll be what you're looking at. Indiana Syndicate coming on through here. Malicious Esports, I've casted them before here, but I just far and away I have had more experience with these other 7 teams, just to put it straightforward. Saints Academy, actually, now that I think about it, haven't worked them so much, but I believe personally more than Malicious Esports. But hey, you guys aren't here to hear about me. Want to give a little mid-match shout out here to our sponsors as well. That's FadeGrips, reason why they go on the end of your controllers. Evo 9X, that's the esports apparel and whatnot. DropShotStats, GitGudHosts, and powered by Rogue Energy, of course. We appreciate all of you guys. This, in fact, here is presented by our good folk over at GitGud here. And the I believe they did the map preview things, little videos we got.
Yeah,
they at least worked on them.
I'm not quite sure if they had any part in creating them, but I just know that they are credited with the slide itself, I guess. I'm not quite sure what the story is behind that. But either way, process, glory right? to GitGudHosts.
There you go. Intellectual property or whatever. I don't know. It's digital stuff. But yeah, shout out to GitGudHosts. Piccadilly, we were talking about earlier. I would not be upset if we didn't get down there. I think all these other maps, especially Azure Cave on the hardpoint specifically, are game modes on maps that really grew on me. Ramazza, for example, we talk about this one all the time, right? I really did not like Ramazza very much when Modern Warfare came out, but like I said, grew on me a lot. Just different strats for different maps.
Yeah, that's a map that I've, even pre-MP5 nerf, well, I guess, since the original MP5 nerf, I guess you could say, because we just had another one, believe it or not, that's another talking point we can have here, Tugboat, is that a few days ago, right before we're supposed to do the Champs Final Four, if you will, they made another change to the MP5 in terms of...
Another change to the MP5, yes. God, it's a meme at this point, right?
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, go on.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand why that was...
One last big middle finger to a developer that had a different amount of passion and affinity for the game. I really don't know. It seems shameless. I'm not gonna lie. It seems shameless.
Yeah, I don't know. Right, wrong, or indifferent, and you guys probably know my opinion on that, and I'm not gonna say it, but it's gonna make a little bit of it's obviously gonna make a difference for the players, because all the time that they've spent up until this point, it's going to be basically worthless because, well, I mean, while you still have a good idea how the gun is going to play out, it's now just slightly different, so any muscle memory you have is going to be just slightly off now. So that's going to be a little bit interesting to see how they adapt
I feel
to
like it's one of those things that comes down to what are the pros doing, right? Like these weapons are meta for a reason. Yes, it would be nice if the game was more balanced and there's, like we just saw in Black Ops 4, at least one more, right? The SOG, hands down, that's your go-to for SMG. Okay, got it. But at least you had 2 ARs, right? Like they were used for different things. Then you move on to our Modern Warfare, and that is just a complete lack. Pretty much entirely through. Even the changes through just saw a change between players playing, the main AR or the main SMG. And by that, of course, I mean the M4 or the MP5. And then they changed it again. It really is it's counterintuitive, or it seems like the exact wrong thing you should do, I guess. But again, I guess I should say never been a game developer. I cannot pass judgment on such an act. So.
Yeah. Well. All I'm hoping is that in next game I'm praying for another 3-gun meta, because in my opinion that just makes it so much more fun, makes things a lot more interesting, adds another layer of depth, because you've got a gun that you basically got a long range, medium range, and close range. It gives you a whole extra layer of setups and stuff like that. I don't feel like I have to explain that to you guys. I'm sure you can all see the advantages of that. But we were close to that in this game with the RAM, but again, GAs, because not wanting to change the meta of the game too close to champs, haha. But anyways,
there you go. The meme comes full circle, right? Yeah. I agree with what you're saying. 3 would be nice. I feel like 4 is kind of the ideal, though, right? Like 2 SMGs and 2 ARs.
I mean, if it were a perfect world, all the guns would be just as viable as each other.
No, I mean, in a perfectly balanced, yeah, and then I guess maps would entirely depend on what weapon. That is theory crafting at its worst, my friend. I'm not sure what to say to that one. I just mean, kind of like what you were saying, right? An AR that does decent, that does really, really well at long range, like we just saw in the previous game. Another one that does more decent at medium range, and then an SMG that has kind of more medium range capabilities, and then one that just shreds up close, right? And you're gonna have individuals that prefer different gameplay, is what I'm saying. And especially now with 5 players, like I feel like that's a little bit easier, right, than 4. But whatever, it is what it is. We are looking at Hackney Yard, and we're starting in just a few seconds.
Yes, indeedy. 3 of them. 2, 1. There we go. And it's going to be Saints Academy with 4 players versus 5. I'm assuming that there is going to be a reset in order here, as yes, Priestley is now killing himself, and I'm sure that this is going to be a redo here as somebody is lagged out. So we're just going to go to a little bit of a... Actually, are they gonna... I guess I have to technically see this through just in case they don't actually reset it, but I'm sure they are. There you go.
Okay, yeah. So not an actual debate. We're just waiting to get the last... I'm trying to read that. I'm definitely trying to read that. I'm definitely trying to make sense of what players are trying to say. I'm sure this one will start here in just a second. Do you have any idea?
Well, I'm assuming that they're just going to invite him back in here, and it shouldn't take too long, but if it takes more than like 5 seconds or so, we can throw it to a little bit of a break and wait for this guy to come back in. I'm not sure the reason for the lag out. Don't know if it was like a lag out or if it was something completely worse or anything like that.
Not sure either.
So we'll give him a little bit of time, but eventually we're going to run out of things to talk about here, and we'll just chill here for a sec.
We'll give you a little update on some of these important points, right? Saints Academy wins, they avoid relegation, but as of now, the full reverse sweep would be required for that. Saints Academy loses 3-2. Plague Nation will have the same. So the best opportunity for Saints Academy right now is winning 3-2, and that would put them very, very close to that Plague Nation. If they do lose 3-2, Plague Nation will have the same match record, and again would be going to a little bit of a tiebreaker action. So so it's just kind of what is riding on this game.
What is riding on this game? Yeah.
I was saying what is riding on this game.
Yeah.
What was decided by this matchup.
Yeah, another thing riding on this game is a chance to fight against Indiana Syndicate in the next game. It's going to be I don't know. They've been doing pretty decently so far. I'm pretty sure, if I do remember correctly, they did have a very close call up against Rated Gaming. Well, I guess I should say that they gave Rated Gaming a close call, as they were pretty much neck and neck with them the whole time, even though I'm pretty sure, again, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, it was still a 3-0, but every game was still pretty dang close. So the winner of this has definitely got a heck of an opponent to fight after this.
Yep. Whichever one goes through here will be we'll have a long road ahead of them still. Match up against Indiana Syndicate, and then the winners of our natural talent are Rated Gaming, Knights Templar, and Dredge Esports. On the other side, I mean, the natural talent Rated Gaming, that's going to be close no matter what. Knights Templar is a team that I have a little bit more experience with than Dredge, but I think the Knights Templar would probably go down to a 3-1 or something. Get decided on that second hard point.
Yeah, I think that's probably about spot on there, Tug. I think that if Dredge doesn't get off to a good start, that it'll definitely probably be around a 3-1 in the hands of Knights Templar, if I had to make a guess.
Gotcha. A close search and destroy, and then Dredge taking maybe the domination or something. Not 100% sure. Maybe the other respawn mode, but not 100% sure. Be a close one no matter what. But yeah, what does this say? Okay, we are going to go to a very short break. Or we're just gonna.
Yeah, we're good to go to a break, Tug.
Yeah, that's fair. We're just getting that figured out there. This is K7 League. We'll be back with you guys in just a minute. And we are back. We told you it would be just a very short break. Hackney Yard for our game number 3, our map number 3 here, between the Last Resistance and Saints Academy. Last Resistance up 2-0 in the series. This is Saints Academy's last shot.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty much, like you said, their last shot. You were talking previously about what's riding on the match, and in case you guys weren't there for that, we're not going to go over it again, but just know that Saints Academy, a lot is riding on this for them. Not just a trip to the next round, as that's a nice little entry there for Atomic. Almost got to, but does end up making it so that Saints Academy does not have the strength or manpower to go in there and get control over the B flag. Atomic just being a little bit annoying to the enemy team up in here. Got one coming up behind him, hopping over the wall just in time and absolutely just debating him, dude. That is just so not nice. He's still going, dude. He's still going. He's got another one up in his sights, just fries him, but put down by an untimely grenade there, Tug. That's a good start if I ever seen one.
Yeah, a really explosive start and an explosive end, I guess. Because Atomic fell to the Simtex, but a fiery start and explosive end. I don't know. Maybe that'd be a Chipotle slogan or something. I don't know.
Oh my god, I love it.
18-9 for our Last Resistance squad. They have doubled up effectively against Saints Academy with no interruption yet, but as I say that, Saints Academy lighting up this kill feed red on that left side. Atomic doing what Atomic does, and just, wow, not 2 but 3 there. Does fall again, but I would not be surprised if he went back to that kind of role that he was playing over by the Gotha side next to that wall, because there's an entire lane here that was very, very easily shut down. Hear anybody coming, put them down where they stand.
Yeah, but it appears that focus is going to be moving back towards B, I suppose, as DG Dreams is pretty much a little bit stuck up in here, trying to come around the corner, and oh my god, you gotta be kidding me! How did he get away with that? Just completely... I don't even know what to say about that. I guess you could say he completely just scared the crap out of the opponents, and they tried to escape him, but they just ran both into a wall. That's just so bizarre.
Or something.
That's one of the weirdest things I've seen, Tug.
No, I'm with it. I'm with it. I am wary to try and make sense of that one. It was quintessential Call of Duty. Love to see it. Fiery explosion, or fiery action, excuse me, explosions and whatnot. Curious now, we're on board with J Money as these longer range shots are attempted. Again, it kind of seems like Last Resistance players doing a really good job of holding down these anchor spots and making sure these various lanes are covered, so that Saints Academy's got to dedicate a lot of resources to one lane. As it is, they've really been splitting across, as we see right now, right? 6 up top, that's level. 7 and 8, or 7 and 9, excuse me, Priestley and DGG in the middle, and then the last one messing over there on top and bottom L.
Saucy Moo trying to give him a big dosage of the sauce. Gonna be putting some shots on him, runs out of bullets when he puts him down to 1 shot, but finishes up with the grenade, making big time trouble in paradise for Last Resistance, as they're kind of cut off from their ability to reinforce from their spawn. Saucy Moo just being an absolute nuisance yet again, and now there's only one left inside B proper. Corius unable to handle him still, though.
Now this is Corius, not, yeah, that's Corius, not Curious, excuse me, and backboard with, Saucy Moo. He did a great job of getting into the back lines of the opponents just a minute ago, but he's gonna have to do that and a lot more as we go through the squad to change this around. Minute and a half or so till halftime, and Last Resistance looking just shy of the double up against Saints Academy.
Yeah, DG Dreams, again, trying to make a big boy flank around the back, but gets utterly thwarted. Yeah, Tug, it's starting to look a little bit grim up in here for Saints Academy if they can't get something going their way for this last little minute of the game. Last Resistance might have had the good side in the beginning of this, but they're gonna be putting themselves at a very, very good disposition going into the second half, especially with a minute remaining if they can keep this going the same way, you know what I mean?
It's all about those spawns, so I think that you make a very good point there. J Money and company not going to be spawning too far away from A and B, as we see Saints Academy absolutely swarm this office building, now coming out and pushing on towards this middle lane. That's Atomic doing atomic things with not 1, not 2, but a 3-piece. Does get put down on his way out, as has been his habit so far in this matchup. 23 seconds to go. Again, Last Resistance just getting a little bit closer to that full double up.
Saucy Moo trying to do something big at the end here as they're starting to lose C. They're literally losing everything now because they tried to go in for the full flip, but they ended up getting Jack Diddley Squat at the end there, Tug. It was a good try, but execution needs a bit of work.
Yeah, just cleaning up around those edges a little bit. I am with it. The situation we're in now, though, is that Last Resistance could just 1-1 and fight over that B point the rest of this game, still win by 50 points. That's how much they are up right now.
Yeah, like I was saying in the beginning there, they might not have the good side anymore, but they just have such a massive advantage. And based on how they're playing right now, I mean, Atomic just absolutely frying everybody. Scared doing a pretty good job, as well as J Money. Hazardous Evil and Rehab not even that far negative themselves. They're looking like they can, oh my god, especially when you're getting hits like that, when you're getting registration like that, you're going to be probably causing some problems for your opponents, and they're not going to be able to surpass the 50-point gap here.
No, they're not, especially with Scared. With those shots from above, the death from above here, as Money is getting himself a nice headshot on the side. Now, Last Resistance pushing on over towards A. They're trying to take this A flag. They're trying to take the A side spawns. And it looks like they'll have achieved that. Atomic now spawning on over this backboard.
Yeah, oh my goodness. What an amazing, literally could not have been a better start for Last Resistance. I think the only one that actually died in that first little run there was Scared at the very end of it. Unless I'm mistaken, no one actually died except for him. And Saints Academy just got completely uprooted, supplanted from those A-side spawns, which is, again, what we were banking on for them to have a chance in this. So, again, not totally out of this just yet, but the thing that we were saying, well, the bright side of this situation for them is now completely no longer the case.
Yeah, where my mind goes to with this, Kyle, is that Saints Academy has had split pushes, they've had whole pushes, but that was the first real time outside of absolute necessity, I'd say, like in a search and destroy situation. The last Resistance took the vast majority, 4 out of the 5, if not full 5, I'm not 100% sure, but took a full 4 and did something, you know, moved across an entire map with it, right? Like you said, the uproot and subplan. And as they did that, again, I think they might have lost one player. They may have lost one player. That was the first time they did it, and now they don't have to do it again in this round. I think it just goes to speak to what is happening, like in between gun battles, right? Like the results of these and the effects that they have on this overall game.
Yeah, Saints Academy, I mean, they're trying their butts off here, dude. Priestley trying to just kill the entire enemy team. He's like, alright guys, I'll kill the entire enemy team if I have to. He was 3/5 of the way there, and Lavelle apparently no longer taking this game seriously. Pulling out the sniper rifle, as yeah, this game is pretty much done and dusted, as I like to always say, dude. They're literally at they're pretty much at about double the enemy team's points here, last Resistance. I don't think that with the time remaining, it's going to be doable.
What I always figure it at is that in a single minute, you can get a maximum of 36 points. Saints Academy is now, and that's only in tripling up, you know, 3-0 the entire minute. So 2 of those is 72, and Saints Academy is farther away from that. And Last Resistance is this game is over. It is impossible now chronologically for Saints Academy to come back and win this one. Just a little bit of fun action here at the end. I'm not going to rant and rave about it. I know that all of you know how I feel about this domination setup. And it's not like this is how always domination has been. Somebody reminded me that the other day. You know, these specific rules and how it's been, you know, letter for letter, I should say, is not how domination Call of Duty has always been.
Jay Money pulling out the sniper rifle here as well. So, sorry, I didn't mean to like discount what you were saying. I'm just totally listening, but I just had a little bit of a ooh, look, a shiny object.
No, just kind of take
here.
it for free. No, I'm just
no, I'm serious.
I hear you. Everybody's just kind of trying their sniping tactics, right? Not something you see every day, not something that players get to practice very frequently, right?
Yeah. Looks like they're also doing a little bit of spreading the love here, as I like to say. Just making everything.
Hearts, man.
Yeah, just
make it all hearts. Make it all hearts. Ooh, it's
okay.
The edgy change, right? The purple X in the middle of all of it. Actually, not really. I like the artistic positioning, right? Like the bottom middle, almost directly. You like to think they pulled out a tape measure for that.
I don't know, man. It's like the pyramids, dude. No one knows quite how they did it so perfectly, but they did it. They're probably gonna look at this and blame aliens, you know what I mean?
No, in Call of Duty players are gonna blame, you know, lag or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I'm just messing around. Nah, like you said, well, I mean, yeah, I guess aliens is the usual go-to. I don't know enough about math and whatnot in history to say anything about the. I mean, that's what I've been told, right? But it seems like one of those things that just seems like a little bit too weird to.
What you mean, like? Yeah, the pyramids are literally
like,
perfect.
We're human beings, man. We're smart, you know.
Yeah, they were literally done at perfect angles. We can't even do that kind of precise stuff with our current equipment. It's crazy. That's why people think
we've also not had like thousands of years to do something, right? Like it could be water or something like that. That's just what I'm saying. I'm not 100% sure on it. And I was not there. It was thousands of years ago, and I'm
I wasn't there either.
I seem archaically old. There you go. Gotcha, Kyle. Well, we appreciate the first-hand experience there. On the other side, in this last minute and a half garbage time, Last Resistance ending this one 205 to 121 in a 3-0 fashion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's going to be pretty much exactly what Last Resistance wants going into this next game up against such a difficult opponent in Indiana Syndicate. They pretty much needed to have a strong showing, not just to get them through the series, but also to prove it to themselves that by defeating Saints Academy by this margin, that they are pretty much on par or around the same level as Indiana Syndicate. So going into this next one, they have probably shown that they can at least put up a good fight up against these guys, at the very least.
No, I hear you. I mean, there was nobody giving up in this until the actual garbage time at the end of domination. That's really where our mind should go. But I do believe with that, we have reached my least favorite part of any broadcast. And again, as Kyle knows, that is, of course, is the end. I'm FBI Tugboat here, and I've been casting with you guys with Kamaka. I appreciate you guys watching. Kyle, you got anything else?
Well, nothing really else to say. Pretty much everything that was worth talking about has already been said, and the game pretty much speaks for itself. We'll catch you guys all tomorrow for the bottom half of the bracket. Again, one last look at that for you guys before we go. We will see you guys all